I don't know. I mean, I guess you're gonna have to call goddamn Donald Trump to help me, because who else is gonna help me? Y'all not in the power to help me. What y'all gonna take me and do to me? I should have had shelter a long time ago from being a human sex trafficking victim, even trafficked by Richland County and Leon Light and all that, and they know it. My mama has a car that was involved in a wreck on Richland PD. Less than a month later, that car was sold to my mama. It's got blood all in the headline and all that. They sold that car to my mama to try to set me up driving, because they know the people that had it, sex trafficking, that they staged on the live PD, was involved in something. Bro, it's Sabathian and all of them. They all sex traffickers, human traffickers. Regardless of the Munchkin story, I was human trafficked, I was sex trafficked on Chatterbait for over 10 years. He's the investigator.
Yeah,
he's police.
Self-appointed attorney for everybody out here.
All right, well, if you don't need any help from us and there's...
Yeah, I mean, because there ain't nothing you can do. You can't solve this problem, man.
Okay. Like I said, we just got to call...
Let me ask you a question. How I get stabbed in the face? They take me to the hospital. Wouldn't even let me lay down, wouldn't or nothing. They said, you gonna sit in the lobby. I said, well, look, I'm about to shit on myself, and I've been dehydrated from being stuck out there for so long with no water and nothing. She said, look, if you don't sit your ass up in the lobby, you can get out of here. I said, well, look here, if the cops ain't gonna help me and y'all ain't gonna help me, I'm in fear. I'm to kill myself, because why wouldn't I? And they let me walk right out the damn door.
They ain't doing that.
Didn't even try to stop me. The security told me to get out. You know why? Because Toomey said that I was born there in 1984, and that's a lie. Toomey don't want nothing to do with me, because they know who I am, and if you check my DNA, I got ancient DNA. All the shit about Elvis and all that, they come from me. The shit about Elvis, Leon Lott, I was damn trafficked in Richland County by Richland County police. Richland County locked me up for 28 days after somebody poisoned me with fentanyl and tried to kill me.
Jared. All right, man, you say you want help. If you wanted some help, what can we do for you right now?
I really don't know, bro. I don't know what y'all do for sex trafficking victims who, like, by people like Paul Hodge. That means Charles Hodge is still alive, but and the Thompsons and all that. They listen. Let me ask you this: why does every business they own, every woman that works there and male is on Chatterbait.com, which is a porno site, because he's sex trafficking his own workers. And he helps them get visas and shit to move over here so he can sex traffic them on the website. He runs their life all day long. People in Walmart, the Circle K. That's why the Circle K people got me trespassed, because they know I know the secret. That when you do something for a little bit of fun, the next thing you know, people's controlling your life and saying you're gay and stopping nobody from being around you. Because as long as you're at home by yourself, playing with yourself on the internet, hauling for drugs, then they keep on making the money. And the fact that they so scared that the truth's gonna come out that I am the Munchkin that died in 1960, that's a part of the lollipop year, and there's no way I can still be alive, but I'm a full-blooded Indian, and the world will never understand my story. And the reason I'm white is because of things that happened in my life that turned my skin this color. And I'll tell you another thing too. Jerome, the one that stabbed me, he also was a Munchkin. He was a female Munchkin. They used to show his ass at the county fair for $5 a pop. And that's when I wasn't up this tall, when I started morphing into a human. They got pictures that prove that I was an alien, they figure an alien human hybrid. And there's also an adult film star who I've had relations with when I was a Munchkin. But only that, she's got a sister. And her sister has a son that is my son. And her son is 30-something years old, but he's only this small. He's a Munchkin. He's an alien like. He's human, but it's unexplained. That's where I was from. Until something, whatever happened to me, helped me morph into an adult. And the same thing can happen to him. But my legs was paralyzed at one time. They said I was never gonna make it many nights. And I was just like him, as in the mind thing. But the thing is, they had me do horrible crimes because they knew that they wouldn't take the Munchkin to jail. Out there on Huckabee Road. Pat High Senior and all of them was Germans that snuck over here, and people don't realize that people can live to be 150, 200 years old. All because they used to drink blood. And the world can't explain it. And I know that's crazy, but how about this? Ravenel Gaskins. His real name, or who he played, was Colonel Tom Parker, who's dead. But I guess he changed his name to Ravenel Gaskins and moved to Somerville. I started doing trim work for him. I worked for him for 7 to 8 years. I get a call one day, he fell in the bathroom and died. This was in 2010. Here it is, 2026. The first week I was in the Walmart parking lot, I seen him, his wife, his daughter, and her husband gone. He didn't be his back to back. If you look up Johnny Gaskins, the Ravenel Gaskins, and Abel Gaskins, all three of them dead. They're all alive and they're all on the inside.
Alright, so as far as getting some help. Now, if we bring somebody out here, we got some ladies that will come out and help you and try and get you somebody to talk to that's got more experience in this type of stuff. Is that something you're interested in?
I really don't know what to do. What does somebody do when the whole world is sabotaged you because they're trying to hide a secret?
Well, that's why there's three of us here trying to help you right.
I don't need rehab.
I'm not asking about rehab.
I'm not going to stay at home with all men because that's another trafficking way. So I really don't know. Okay. And let's all keep it justice and look up with Charles Hyde. That his whole gang of people, including Dave or Mark or whatever you want to call them, all had this fake place they created. So if they did get busted, it would already be done. But they paid judges and lawyers to create a fake case. And they charged all these men for sex trafficking, Playboy Pad 187, which is finding mortality. Okay? Well, Charles Hyde got somebody like Furman or somebody else, or Johnny, to assume my identity, go in court, pretend they was me, and they all made a settlement where all these guys paid this man all this money. They had stole my identity and took my name, Harmon Patrick Hodge III. So you give me justice for that. That's all I want. Because if you give me justice for that means I own Walmart, Dollar Tree, Circle K, Murphy's. Look whose name it's in. But if it's in my name, Harmon Patrick Hodge III, I can't do nothing with it. Somebody done took my identity and I don't even got nothing to prove it's mine and nobody never told me. So that's what I'm saying. They created a fake case but really is Charles didn't lose no money. He just paid all his friends, lose all their fortunes. And that's why Dave's been homeless, or Mark, whatever you want to call it, is homeless in the Walmart parking lot. Because he done lost damn near everything because of Playboy Pad 187. And let me tell you something, I would have never agreed to nothing because of the fact so many people, there's so many other victims, for the fact that they deserve jail time. I would have never made no deal in a civil case when they done did me like they did. That's all. I ain't got no felonies. I mind my business. Even back when I was doing drugs, I didn't go to my house and be all by myself. I don't do this. And they done got me trapped here and they got all. Let me ask you a question. 10. How do y'all know that's 10? Y'all know that's her name. But but when she gives y'all her ID, it says somebody else's name.
It says Lindsay.
Huh?
It says Lindsay.
And what's that?
That's her first name. Her name.
What's the last name? What's her name before that? Because, but you know, but her mama's name was Rebecca Berry Turner. What I'm trying to tell you is she's a victim of human sex trafficking. And they done switched, and she was also on Chatterbait.com. And they done switched and changed up her name so many times to hide her true identity. Her own family don't even know she's out here. And her family is my family. Rick Boyd, that's a person that sex trafficked Taryn for a long time. He's a hacker. He controls people's lives. He done been to the prison, but he's also an informant and a cop.
We can't solve anything right out here.
Yeah, I know that.
But we're gonna. I mean,
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet and relax.
No, I'm not worried about you being quiet. You're asking for help. You're asking.
Well, listen, I don't know how to get help. But listen, my own family, who's all from here, they scared to mess with me because they know that I'm all they're dead. As crazy as it sounds, because I was a munchkin, and it's a family secret and many secrets of many people. That this munchkin helped create so many people, not with ever being their father. Somebody else was allowed to be their biological father. But what I'm trying to say is, because he was never supposed to grow into a full-grown adult. Just like I said about the 30-something-year-old alien life, but most cutest thing in the world. And something happened one day and he could grow and get help. But what I'm trying to say is, let's say he was the only thing with a working penis that created sperm. And even though it would look like people was a child molesters because he looks so small, but he's actually 30-something years old, and they never know he deserves to have a little bit of something. You know what I mean? And then they realize by his sperm they can create all these babies, so they just use him as a sperm bank, and then pass out the babies all over the United States. But it's deep. It's the kind of stuff that if this gets out, it'll change the world. And this ain't no meth talking. This ain't nothing. Bro, I've been going through this. Bro, they've had me. I just got out of a situation where a man kidnapped me for 3.5 years. I didn't even know I was kidnapped. Controlled my phone. I didn't even know my phone was controlled. I just didn't. Nobody wanted to talk to me. And I stayed in a barn getting hijacked off all the time online for everybody to watch. And at first I was like, I'm just doing this because I ain't got nothing to do. And then I realized I'm doing this because I don't want to. When I stood up for myself, he put some fentanyl in my food and about killed me and my girlfriend. And his name's Andrew Baldwin. And Jonas, who was also helping Andrew Baldwin traffic me, and was the chief of police in South Congaree. I want to know why, and he's also got a baby mama that lives here, because them kids is also mine. I want to know why in the world he come up here like 3 o'clock in the morning in a decked out police vehicle with another decked out police vehicle following him.
When was it?
This was about a week or two ago, probably maybe 2 weeks or a week and a half ago. He come at 3 o'clock in the morning, shining spotlights over there, and they left. And I know he ain't no Sumter County police. Okay?
What, Jonas?
Yes.
Jonas ain't even a chief no more.
No, but he's coming down here to Sumter trying to intimidate me. And not only that, guess what? Buckner.
Jonas is
Listen,
outlaw
all right, check exactly. Listen, Buckner, who was Jonas's right-hand man, who died on a motorcycle, he didn't die on a motorcycle at all. He was behind Jonas in another unmarked car.
That sounds about right.
And listen, and Buckner faked his death so he could get away from sex trafficking and human trafficking me and Wanda Evans. And it's a whole gang of us all from Sumter, South Carolina. Another person, Buck Evans. They said that he died over in Columbia. He received all kinds of death benefits and shit. His ass is out there alive on Huckabee Road right now. Buck Evans.
What can we do for you right now, Pat?
But I don't know. Only God knows. But I ain't gonna lie. I've been waiting for the cavalry to pull up with the plan already made.
Well, I gave you a amount to do. What else you need?
What? We just want to make sure you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Because the call we got you some drinks so you can stay hydrated because we know it's not
I'll
out.
calm down.
Yeah.
What else you need, Pat?
Look, Pat, this is what we can offer you, man. We can go in the truck. We can go over to talk to some folks over Department of Mental Health. Okay?
No, I'm not going. I refuse that.
You don't have to.
Because let me tell
I'm
you
just
something.
telling you.
Let me say one more thing.
You're telling we're not doing.
I don't need no help.
anything for you.
I'm gonna say I don't need no help because there's a bigger agency covering this, the Air Force and all that. I'm gonna tell you this right here. They have put me in 72-hour holds every time I've tried to speak my truth, and now that has become trafficking to me. So I'm in fear of my life from the police and the hospitals because they done had me on 72-hour holds over 10 times and never gave me one Tylenol. And then when they would talk to me, they would say, because me, my granddaddy, and daddy all got the same fucking social security number that Thomas Jefferson got. When they would talk to me, they would always use this against me in court and use this against me in my medical history, but that wasn't even me. That was Horman P. Hodge Jr. But Horman P. Hodge Jr. wasn't even, he was actually the third, and I was junior. So now they're giving me junior's rate.
All right. Well, in the situation where we're at, that's where we're at. Okay. As far as what we can offer you, we can get you somebody to talk to that got a lot more experience in what you're talking about than we do. Okay. So we're gonna leave you that option.
That's fine. I'm just gonna calm down.
You're cool, man. You're cool. You're under.
But listen,
if you're upset,
if you see it
you got a right to
on
be upset.
YouTube, it's a woman, and like I said, she's got like a little boy that's 30-something years old. He's cool as hell. But if you look at him, you'll understand what I'm saying about what I once was. I still am. I just was lucky enough to grow.
I'll leave you alone. And like I said, if you want to do that, you let us know, okay?
I will.
All right, man. Take care, buddy.
Hey, let me say one more thing. Hey, and this is real. And if y'all don't believe me, ask it. Hey, I'm Tupac's daddy too, and Michael Jordan, and Biggie Smalls, Cameron, Mace, Puff Daddy, all victims of the same human sex trafficking ring that I was a victim of out of Country Springs in 15 South Carolina. Y'all have a good day.
Really?
That's the truth. And it's proof. Hey, I'm the guy that accidentally broke NBA YoungBoy's neck in Country Springs on a trampoline when I wasn't up but about this tall and he was about this tall and we used to wrestle on the trampoline and I accidentally broke his neck. I'm still alive. And I remember Lil Boozy too, because he used to stay in Country Springs and we used to all ride the Moonaham bus and all that. And everybody from Moonaham know who the Moonaham Munchkin is. And that's it. Full story coming soon. I done lost my voice standing up for myself. On my Tupac stuff. Tupac ain't like me. I ain't like him. We related. That's my son. Now, as crazy as that sounds, the world's gonna find out that's true.
Well, yeah.
It ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to tell. This ain't no joke.
So
listen, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I want the world to know this. What the world refuses to tell us all is a black man, white man, it don't matter. If you cut us open, it's the same exact thing. All that, only a black man can get to this or a white man can get that, that's all a lie. Because black, white, Chinese, Japanese, it don't matter what you are, we all came from the same, and we are all one, and we are all the same exact color. That's a figment of your imagination. We are all just a different shade. We are all Indians, besides the Germans, and nobody really knows how people, the story that you think is life is not life. And we are all the same color, and This was made to create classes so the white man could always think he was better and have somebody to stomp on. And I don't care if anybody ever believes me or don't, but there was a time I was black as tar, a full-blooded Indian munchkin. And dude,
so how did you turn white?
listen, traumatic situations. But the first one is that I was on the Titanic, and from the heat from the boiler rooms, my skin was melted off of me. And they said I had reptile-like skin under that shed like a snake. And it took a long, long time under a heat lamp. And the story's a lot more than that. And people will hear it very soon in the future. And if you don't believe me, go watch the Titanic movie. And when it shoots back to that scene where it shows the Titanic and people going to board it, you'll see a little teeny munchkin that walks and acts just like me in the front of the line. And that's exactly who I am. And not only that, the thing the world's gonna find out, the Titanic was not sunk where it sunk at. It's really not that far away, and it was a slave ship. And it was created to sink so they could kill all of my family members, and they could take me and my two brothers, who was actually women, and produce a whole population of people, because there wasn't very many people in the United States of America. And that's the truth. And the only reason that many people had to die because I have a working penis with no veto fertilization, no nothing. I lay down with a woman, I have sex, and that woman gets pregnant. Point blank, period.
But you still ain't answered the question. How did you turn white? You were born what?
You're black. Black. I'm just black as you.
Yo, what color your mama?
Just my mama's black. Just the color as you. What I'm trying to say is, Russia knows Jesus was black.
What color is your daddy?
We all black. My daddy, Pat Howard Jr. was white, but he was black. And that whole racist thing was just a way to hide people's identities and make people seem like they didn't like each other, they loved each other.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Hey, Curtis Jackson, if you're looking for Angie, she's right down the road at the Select Inn, and she is being human trafficked, sex trafficked. She's still alive, and she didn't die of cancer. Curtis Jackson, my daddy's name was Pat Jr. I stayed at 3690 Artesian Drive. Nisi, Isaiah.
So let me ask you this question. Do you know what race is?
There is no race. That's something that the man created to say he was better.
Who created it?
Listen, a white man is a genetic mutation of an Indian.
Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is, the story, I can't tell you all the story right now, and I'm exhausted. There'll be a part 2. But let me tell you something. Sumter County Police can't pull up here and give me justice, and neither can the town. It's damn near to the point that they've left me out here so long, federal police can't. Because guess what? I've been kidnapped my whole entire life. I've been a prisoner of war, and America don't have enough money to pay me for everything that I went through. And to the point of, when this shit's all over, I'll be able to walk in any store I want, anytime I want, get anything I want. There won't even be a receipt, because it's what owed to me.
Okay.
And I do this for humans in general and any victims of sex trafficking and human trafficking. I support law enforcement to the fullest, but I do not support law enforcement who turns their head, who has any racist ways, or is dirty in any kind of way.
All right.
And that's it.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
Have a nice